Hey there, how you doing? I'm Yalek, and we are going to do this attack live. This is stage 59, so we are about to get the diamond trophy. I have 14 attacks left. Hopefully this one will solo with... I've already seen a replay, and I decided that RCZM was a good way to go, so hopefully soloing that, and we're going to try to use up the rest of those attacks too. Good amount of boost left, and I would love to see how high we can get. Currently sitting at 823 on the leaderboard, but I suspect once I get past the diamond I should be able to jump up pretty quickly, because a lot of people are going to get to stage 60 like this actually. Watch. Quite a few people just they get the diamond and then they quit. So anyway, we'll see about that. I'm going to show you my last replay because this was a total cluster, and yet it ended up working. So I had looked at this stage and the recommendation was heavy Zuka. I decided I was going to go with bullet heavy Zuka, at least in my head. On screen you're going to see something different. I had decided I was going to go with bullet heavy Zuka because there were some rocket launchers on this stage. You'll see it's one of these stages where you've got shield gens sort of drifting off that way. And we're going to have to be coming back into the face of these rocket launchers. So I thought bullet would keep the heavies alive longer. I thought like it was a pretty good plan. Right now the boost is for this stage is artillery damage plus 250%, which is awesome. Artillery is regularly doing, I think, around 7,000 damage, so 200% of that is 14 plus another half that, so 17. You're doing around 25,000 damage with an artillery shell right now. So thought I had a pretty solid plan. Wanted to get this scary mortar out of the way just cause. Wanted to clear these mines and wanted to get these boom mines out of the way because they were going to be eating up my heavies, and I wanted to have the heavies back here at the core so they could like take some of this incoming fire. That was the plan. Unfortunately, did not, and this is kind of a theme for my week, did not check to see what I had loaded. And as you saw from the replay screen, I had bullet Zuka loaded. I did switch bullet over, but from whatever hero I had on my last attack, didn't switch to the heavies. So I get here and I have nothing but Zukas and bullet, and I'm thinking to myself, oh damn. As it turned out, it wasn't. It ended up being a solo. Got a little hairy at the end. Thankfully we have the cheap smokes. That's pretty much my primary expense here, and I decided I would use some artillery to get that rocket out of the way too. Probably could have held off on that. That might have been better used for a shock later. But anyway, we put this into a faster mode here. Anyway, yeah, I knew I was going to get the shields down, obviously, very quickly with this combination. The question was I going to have enough to get to the core? And right about here, we'll put it down into 2 times. And so this is... I had, I don't know, 40, 50 GBE or something like that. Tried to be economical with the smokes there. Get bullet, taunt loaded up, and had enough for 1 shock. And we're taking fire from rockets and all kinds of things. Machine gun over here. That's why I probably should have left that other rocket launcher up. I would have had the GBE for another shock, I believe, and that would have been a pretty clean finish. However, not the plan going in. Luckily, it ended up working. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you're good. Anyway, speaking of, let's have a look at this. Alright. RCZM was the play, huh? Now, I can see why. Alright, we want to go left for sure. Are these going to range? No, so going to spend my GBE on these guys and heading left. Alright. All that practice I've had smoking RCZM hopefully pays off right now. What's the health on you? I should be able to one-shot that. But we have to shock up there anyway, so we're just gonna... that's the one thing we have to shock. the mortar and scary mortar. Scary mortars suck, by the way. I had forgotten about these things. They are the worst. Do not love them at all. We'll be happy to see them go away. There's nothing worse than, you know, you carefully plan out your attack and all that, and then, you know, you miss a scary mortar, or it catches you. Let's see. We'll do these. You know, you miss a scary mortar somewhere. Either you didn't see it, or that was two. That should take that out. Cool. Or like you don't catch it, literally miss it with a shock, and that is just the worst thing ever. Because then you've got your troops or something. They start, your tanks, let's say, they just start running around. Like crazy, all around the beach or wherever you are. Nothing for it, just your troops, you are totally out of control. Yeah, these things could go away. Alright, let's get up there, please. Please. Again, trying to smoke RCZM. Did we get any medics off the beach? Doesn't look like it. Looks like they're all going to get fried down there. Oh well. Don't really care at the moment. Nope, no medics. But it doesn't really matter here. We're gonna have our critters. Actually, we've got extra critters going out ahead of us because of that critter crate. And shock that. And with all of these one-hitters over here, really not too concerned. Gonna need to clear those mines. Keeping an eye on that shock, reshock. Okay. Do not need to be busy down here at all. Let's get the mortar. Didn't need to use that shock, oh well. More mines. And really at this point, like, I think the biggest deal, get up a little bit of GBE so we can do stuff when we head this way. Gonna try. Now the deployable turret is a really terrible gunboat ability, but it does have high health. So hopefully, nope, those boom cannons wrecked it. Let's see, what can we do here? Probably gonna end up being 2 hits on this one. The second hit though should be pretty easy. And yeah, can we get that down? Thanks. Second hit should be pretty easy. Alright, and we're golden. And just cleaning up a little bit around the core. I don't know what the health on this shield is, but this looks like a pretty straightforward heavy Zuka hit. Or maybe even all Zuka, honestly. And just burn through the shield that way. This deployable turret, I guess we'll use. Buy us a little time. Ah well, wanted to one-shot it, but gonna have to use a second hit. And honestly, do we really need to? No. Oh well, it didn't matter. Boom cannon got. I wasn't gonna sit there for 43 seconds and have you watch, 43 seconds of Everspark. But 13 attacks left. 13 attacks. I should be able to get like another 5 stages out of that, I think. So let's see. Yeah, heavy Zuka right up that crease. Beautiful, or all Zuka. Right to about, well, actually to the damage statue. And that's it. Win. Nothing can touch us. Maybe the machine gun? Might. Probably just use shocks on that. Okay. Using brick. How long are we at this on this video? Okay, good. Should be roughly 10 minutes. I don't like to go too much longer than that if I can help it. War Factory is kind of an exception, but I don't feel like people have a half an hour usually to sit and watch me play a video game. Certainly don't have 2.5 hours for like some of the streams people do. That is insane. Get over it now. We're not. No. Now. Nope. Neighbors up. I love this artillery thing. This is awesome. 25,000 damage. And now, so we had these, that would be a treat bonus. This is the Hallowed Crab, so the bonuses were tricks or treats. So one of the early bonuses we got was like 200% heavy speed. That obviously was a joke, and that was terrible. That's not useful for anybody or anything. But some of the other bonuses have been spectacular, actually. This being one of those. This is cool. You know, I expected there would be like the usual warrior health or something like that mixed in there. Let's go right to there. Keep moving. And there was Zuka health came up. Zuka health, really? What's that doing? Obviously not. Didn't even check the health on this shield. Let's see, might as well just clear. Don't you dare peek, that is so close out the back of that smoke. Might as well just clear the boom cannon so we can just sit here. And that's going to be picking us off slowly, but not nearly quickly enough for this amount of Zukas. There's just nothing. All the range towers are over here, so. And another battle orders. And win. And give me my statue, please. So, let's see. Friday night I did I got to stage 24, no boost. Yesterday I put in 3 solid hours on a boost and got all the way to stage 47. This morning, I boosted up this morning. There we go. Yeah, let's have it. Actually, let's see high scores. How much does that move us up the leaderboard? Oh, so I'm in this crab. Oh, wow, about 50 spots. So, cool. So I'm in this crab task force. Look at this. This guy. He's Anderson, stage 111. Navy Poseidons, he got to 92 yesterday, and he tapped out. I think he's out of attacks. Anderson got to 111. He's also on, that's 111 in the task force. He's got a 96 on the US leaderboard. So for number 7, he's gotten to stage 96. That's not even his push account. There's Navy Poseidons at number 12. Yeah, this one, number 7 on the US leaderboard at stage 96, not even his push account. This was his push account. He's at stage 111, but I think he's on a Dutch or something, I'm guessing. Anyway, different leaderboard. But yeah, this task force, these guys are insane. Obviously I am not getting anywhere near any of that. Still pretty happy with it, obviously. I mean, I'm gonna switch over to that, and let's deploy this. Still pretty happy with it. I've done a boost and a half now. So I've got an hour 20 left on this boost, and I'll go use up the rest of my attacks. But I've done a boost and a half, pretty much. Coming out way ahead in powder. Obviously got the diamond, that makes us happy. Just powder alone, just today, in the hour and a half that I have been boosted, I was keeping track of the powder. Obviously I used up 10 to get started, and I have had more than that back just in this last hour and a half. That's just in the powder rewards. That has nothing to do with the crystal, shards, so on rewards. So obviously I'm coming out ahead on those, because once I start converting all of those over to powder, I'll have more. But just absolutely fabulous on every level. And these guys, Crab with a Plan, very cool. Very happy they had me. Oh, you can see Shiska Bobber's there too. And OP Destroy is here somewhere. He was like at stage 90 or something. There he is. Really cool. So lots of replays in chat. Chat is specifically for replays. So you can, I mean, this was useful to me. This is, as I was working my way up, I had a list made up from last night after my boost expired at 47. I just went at all the stages from 47 to 59. Looking at some of these replays and deciding what troops I wanted to use, and just listed them out to make things easier. So I've not scouted any further ahead now, but we're just now I don't care as much. just trying to push up the leaderboard a little bit. But yeah, there it is. Ooh, it's pretty. And how many attacks do I have left? I think 13. Yeah, we'll get something done with it. Anyway, that was cool. Wanted to share it. Will be happy when I can go back to my regular statues. This sucked. This is splitting the difference between crab statues and operation statues. Operation statues, 6-4 is ideal. 6 GBE, 4 damage. For PvP purposes, I go with 5-4-1, throwing in a troop health normally, and that's still pretty good for operations. For crab, especially this crab with the GBE gain and the tank life leech tribes combined, for this crab, you could get really, really low on your GBE. So some guys are going like 1-8-1, 1 GBE, 8 damage, 1 troop health, because the damage is great. When they use tanks, the tanks are getting their life back in proportion to the damage they do. So the more damage you do, the longer your tanks live. A lot of these guys are like 2-6-2 or 2-7-1, stuff like that. Lots of damage, low GBE. So I tried to split the difference between the two, because I have 2 17% in storage there. So I can pull up 2 GBE statues and then replace them later, but I can't do any more because then I would be messing up my statue lineup going forward. So I just sort of shot for the middle. So I'm like halfway between op statues and crab statues, and it's really not optimal for either. But either way, still managed to get that guy, and very happy with it. So I'm gonna let you go. Like, thumbs up, all that, and I'm gonna go finish out these attacks and then try to enjoy the rest of my weekend. Hope you can do the same.